All right, let's try this again. So, sorry about that little delay there. Hopefully, we'll be able to get this live session going. All right, so once again, I am Anton Leonard Claiborne. I am a relationship specialist. I am also the author of this awesome book. Here it is. That's titled One Mind, One Heart, Many Hands. See that? Yeah, okay. And that's my name right there at the bottom. See that? All right. So let me get to this message before I have some more technical issues. I want to talk to you all today about a topic that I address in my book. And the topic is it concerns an issue that many people go through when they after meeting someone. The issue is what to do after you realize the person you are in a relationship with is no longer good for you. So in my book, I address that issue under the chapter of change of heart. Can you see that? Okay, so I think this is an issue that I need to address now because I know several people right now who are facing this issue. They found themselves dealing with someone who they no longer want to be involved with. In one instance, in one situation, after breaking up with the person, there was an occurrence which could have turned deadly. And so after I became aware of this, I decided I wanted to address this topic of having a change of heart, because we as people, we tend to hold on to things after we become aware that these things are no longer necessary in our lives. Unfortunately, sometimes when we hold on to things, we end up becoming a victim of what should have occurred without our presence. Let me explain that. Wait. But before I explain that, let me tell you the part in the chapter that I'm going to address and that I want you all to know about. Okay, this is the second paragraph under the chapter of change of heart in my book. And I'm going to read this for you. So it reads, a change of heart will occur in relation to many things. Prepare for this by acknowledging the short-term goals in your life. It is these short-term goals that ultimately affect our personal relationships. Okay, so that's the end of the paragraph. These personal relationships these short-term goals affect our personal relationships, especially the love relationships, in this way. When we meet someone, we already have a plan set up for our lives as an individual. So then after we meet someone and we decide we like this person, we want to be with them, we begin to make adjustments to our individual plans. You got that? Okay, so as we start making these adjustments, things might happen which cause a change in our plans in a drastic way. Usually when that happens, when those drastic changes must be made, we tend to experience a change of heart. All right, now, what can happen after we experience a change of heart but we continue to be involved with that person we no longer have feelings for? We may find ourselves getting caught up in some of the negative actions of the person we let go of. You understand that? All right, so when that happens, Remember I said I was going to get back to that point. When that happens, that that situation or that occurrence is called the pendulum effect. And those of you who have studied spiritual sciences, you are aware of the pendulum effect. For those of you who have not studied spiritual sciences, let me explain to you briefly what the pendulum effect is and how it affects our lives. All right, so, okay, well, first of all, let me explain what a pendulum is in case you don't know what it is. A pendulum is you've probably seen one before. It's, I'm going to use this as an example. All right, so you may have a chain or a string, let's say a piece of string, hanging from a ceiling. And at the bottom of that string, there may be a weight. So then as the weight is pushed from left to right, this mechanism is the pendulum. Okay, so as the weight is pushed from left to right, the momentum of the swing, it affects everything which comes into contact with the momentum of the swing. Okay, y'all get that part? So if you've ever seen one of those things where there's a chain or string hanging from a something that is attached to, and then there's a weight at the bottom, there's usually a ball at the bottom or something like that, and you see it swinging like that, that thing is called a pendulum. All right, now in our lives, we often become victims of the momentum that's carried by the swing of the pendulum. This momentum causes us to become affected in many different ways. One way could be when the swinging of the pendulum is coming back towards you. Okay, let me start over. You would be, imagine yourself standing at the central point where the pendulum is positioned, and you push the pendulum to your left. Okay, now as you push the pendulum to your left, whatever amount of force you use to move that object or move that pendulum, that's the same amount of force it's going to swing back towards you with. So if you push it with a small amount of force, it'll come back with a slower speed. You got that part? All right, so if you push it with a great amount of force, it'll come back with a faster speed. The momentum that's carried or the force that it comes back with, if it comes back fast enough and then hits you, it could possibly cause you a little bit of pain depending on how large the weighted object is. You follow me? All right, so now imagine that weighted object on the pendulum is your lover. All right, you are in a relationship with this person. As you are in a relationship with this person, you are helping them to make moves in their life, right? Moves from left to right. All right, now as time goes on, you experience a change of heart because this person is no longer beneficial to your life. Stay with me now, y'all. And so because you have been helping this person to make moves in their life from left to right, you have been pushing them, and they have been helping you. However, you have now decided you no longer want to push them to make moves. That effort that you put into their life is going to cause them to want to come back and be involved with you. All right. If they have negative intentions When they decide they want to come back into your life after you've had a change of heart and you decided to let them go, all of that negative energy is going to come back towards you. You with me? Remember, you're standing in the central point of this pendulum, and your lover is the weight at the end of the pendulum. All right. So as they're coming back into your life or trying to come back into your life, they're bringing with them any negative energy they may have accumulated as a result of your change of heart. All right. So now, in order for you to avoid this, the effects that comes with their negative energy, you must remove yourself from that central location. When you remove yourself from that central location, whatever negative energy that they are carrying with them when they try to come back into your life, it will miss you. Why? Because you will not be in that central location. It will bypass you. Now, how does this help you? This information that I'm sharing with you about the pendulum swing, how does it help you? If you find yourself involved with someone, if you find yourself in a situation where your former lover is trying to come back into your life, you can even apply this to a coworker, but today we're talking about relationships. Now, if you find yourself involved in a situation like this, where you have a former lover trying to come back into your life, the best way to avoid whatever negative energy they may be trying to bring into your life would be to remove yourself out of the environment that you were in the last time you talked to that person. Now, if you cannot remove yourself from that environment, you must place yourself in a position to where you will not allow that person to come back into that environment where you're at. So let's just say, for example, it was your apartment. They moved in with you. You all, I don't know what's going on with my connection, but either way, I'm going to try to finish this. So let's say they moved in with you, and you all were doing things as a couple. You decide you had a change of heart. You decide you don't want them. You move them out. They try and come back. You must allow yourself to be brave enough to say, and you must accept it after you say it. You must say to yourself, I am not going to allow this person to come back into my life, because when they come back, they're going to bring energy or negative energy with them that I no longer want in my life, because it's not benefiting me anymore, right? All right. Then that person trying to return to where you are, that's the pendulum swinging back. In order for you to avoid that, even though you cannot move out of your apartment, right? I told you would have to relocate, or you would have to move yourself from the central location of the pendulum. Even though you cannot remove yourself from your apartment, you can stop that person from coming to your environment. Now, when you do this, you must do it with complete sincerity, no wavering. So then when they come to your apartment and they say, I just want to talk to you for a while, the answer should be no. Because you know that they're coming with that negative energy. They're coming with that hostile momentum that could affect you. You can't move out of your apartment, but you can't stop them from coming into your environment. All right? So this would be, instead of you moving or relocating from the central point, you're blocking the pendulum and allowing it to bypass you. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So as you block that energy by telling your former lover, no, you cannot come over. No, I do not want to talk to you. No, I do not want any more phone calls from you. In other words, the best way for you to stop that energy from affecting you is to cut off all communication with this person. Once you have decided you no longer want to have that mental connection with that person because of your change of heart, you must, if that person, especially if that person was displaying any type of negative intentions as you were telling them you no longer want to be with them, right? You would especially want to break off all communication. All right? So then you break off all communication. And when you do that, that prevents the effect of the pendulum. You got that? It stops the momentum from affecting your life in a drastic manner. Now, of course, there's going to be some effect because you're still located in the path of the swinging of the pendulum, right? Remember the swinging of the pendulum? You will still be located there because you're still living in that apartment. But you will be able to eliminate the effect. Let me not say eliminate. You will be able to reduce the effects of the pendulum swing by cutting off all communication with that person and not allowing them to come within your environment. All right, I hope I explained that well enough. I'm going to cut this short before I have some more technical issues. Again, what I spoke on today is having a change of heart with someone and what happens when that person tries to come into your life. If you allow that person to return into your life, you can find yourself being a victim of the negative energy that that person is returning with. You don't want to be a victim, especially due to a bad decision that you made. You can prevent that or reduce the effects of that person trying to come into your life by cutting off all communication. This is Anton Leonard Claiborne. I hope I have shared something that helps you. Again, I am a relationship specialist. I am the author of this awesome book that's titled One Mind, One Heart, Many Hands. You can find the book on Amazon.com. You can find the book at my website, HarmoniousLovers.com. I'll see y'all in the next class.